quick synopsis of Black history before my time stops. Don't ever put good singing up for African American. That's a recipe for not respecting time. Blessings and peace to you all on this evening, and to our President, Doug Oliver, to my distinguished guests and friends, colleagues, faculty, to my own dean, Dr. Kenneth Lewis, and to my Amherst family and all of you, and to the Bulldog Nation. I'm honored to be here on this evening. Let me say that those of you who organized this, I'm grateful that you thought enough of me to be on this platform on this evening. I also will say, I know that you are some very intelligent people. How do I know that? Because you know that you have, again, 2 Baptist preachers. And you made sure that you gave us a time. So President Oliver, I'm going to make sure that I stay within my few minutes on tonight. And with that thought in mind, as we think about the gospel and discomfort, and hope and storytelling, and thank those who went before me, who did a marvelous job. I want to talk for a little while with this thought: lingering questions. Lingering questions. James Baldwin suggests that the question one asks oneself, at least, to illuminate the world and become one's keys to the experience of others. I wonder, is this the case for my lingering questions? Do the questions that linger in my soul have the potential to bring visibility to those who cannot see? Can they be the key to opening the experience of love and locking the detriment of hatred? I have lingering questions that I need answers to. How could a 2nd grade young innocent white boy ask such a devilish question on the first day of school to his African American classmate who was new to a predominantly white school? How could he ask such an offending question and not know that it was offensive? How could he ask, are you what rhymes with trigger? How could he ask so offensively and not brace defensively? I have lingering questions that I need answers to. How could that African American boy stand there feeling offended, but not know that he was offended? How could he stand there feeling wrong, but not knowing that he was wrong? How could he stand there feeling insulted and not know that he was insulted? I have lingering questions that I need answers to. How could that African American boy move from having no response in the 2nd grade to having a violent response in the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade? Simply at the mention of, are you what rhymes with trigger? How could this African American boy move through 55% of his life not liking anyone that did not look like him? I have some questions, some lingering questions that I need answers to. Perhaps the answer is the seed of hatred. See, these 2nd graders were simply victims of seeds of hatred, planted by others long before they was ever thought about. I imagine that Jim, Rachel, Tyrone, Keisha, Black Hawk, and Soul Lee did not arrive from their mother's womb harboring a bone of hatred. I don't believe that little young white second grader was born with the question, are you what rhymes with sugar? The seed of hatred was planted somewhere. Hatred is different from most seeds. See, it can sprout on any continent. It can flourish without rain or sunshine. The seed of hatred loves all colors, yet uses color to produce hate that produces hate. I have lingering questions that I need answers to. Who planted the seed of hatred in that little white innocent second grade? Was this seed planted in a home while mom and dad was talking over dinner? Was this seed planted on the grounds of some major university among talks of diversity? Perhaps it was planted at a church business meeting while the children were hiding under the pews. Or all of the above. Nevertheless, the seed of hatred was planted. It had to be planted. There's no way for Tyrone, Rachel, Jim, Keisha, Blackhawk, and Soul Lee to be born with a bone of hatred. I imagine if you put them all in a playpen together, they would drink out of the same bottle, eat out of the same garbage jar, and sleep on the same mat. I imagine if one got picked up out of the pen, the others would want to be picked up too. I have lingering questions that I need answers to. I wonder whatever happened to that little white second grader who was a victim like I. I wonder, does he even knows the answer without asking the question? Are you what rhymes with trigger? 40 years later, I wonder, does those words roll off his tongue with ease? Or does he even remember that day like I do? I may never know the answer, but I do know what happened to that little second grade African American boy. He no longer fights with his fists, but on his knees. He moved from the idea of separation to the idea of reconciliation, using the words from the days of antiquity. He went from blindness to seenness, from lostness to findness. I have a lot of lingering questions that I need answers to. But there is one question that does not linger. How did that second grader move from fist to knees? From the idea of separation to the idea of reconciliation. From blindness to seenness, from lostness to foundness. My hope is built on nothing less but the blood of Jesus and his righteousness.